radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. That's right. Today is Thursday, October 11th, 2018. 287 days into the new year, just 78 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? It's Thursday nights, Fader Night. It is open lines all night long. I'm in the chair. It's my favorite night of the week. We all know that. Gonna hang out with you all night tonight. Take your phone calls. Everything is on the table. This week was Egypt week here on Fade to Black. Monday night, we had Manu Saifzadeh. Tuesday night, Christopher Dunn. Last night, Brad Clausen. 3 nights of Egypt, 3 first-time guests, 3 amazing nights of conversation. And that kind of sets the tone for tonight on the show. And again, whatever you would like to talk about. So, have you seen anything in the skies? You want to tell us about an experience? Do you have a close encounter experience? Ever shoot a video, take pictures? What does your family think about this? Your wife, your kids, your husband, right? We could talk about that. Ghost, right? Parallel worlds, time travel, any conspiracy that you can think of, and we can play a little Stump the Panel too. Is there a conspiracy I've never heard of? You can try. Let's do it. It's Thursday night, Fader Night. I'm in a great mood. Had a great birthday yesterday. Thank you again to everybody with all the birthday wishes. Totally cool. I want to... let me jump in. Last night I had said on the air a couple of nights ago, or maybe I said it last night, that I had snuck online. Excuse me. I snuck online and ordered a couple of things for myself for my birthday. And I did. And I ordered 2 guitars. Yeah, not that one. Not the new one. That's from Rita and the Family and the Girls, right? No, not that one. Not the Fender Strat. But I got these. And so I posted pictures today. And now I've got a matching set here in front of me. But I got this. Check this out. Oh, you know what? Let me take it out of the stand. I got this. That's Eddie Van Halen's famous white guitar from the first album. Look at that bad boy. And it works, too. Wow, wow, wow. How cool isn't that beautiful? So I got that. And I got the Bumblebee guitar from Van Halen 2. Look at this. Look at that. Is that just insane? It's even got the correct 2 springs with the one at an angle in the back. Look at that. It's See that? Is that insane? Look at that. So that's what I did. I ordered those yesterday. I didn't tell Rita, and I just did it for myself. I was just like, man, and Rita knows how I am about Eddie Van Halen, but it's like I feel like an old dude, buying toys, but they're not toys, man. They're really, really, they're pieces of art. But so now I've got the whole set because I have the Frankenstein here, and I've got the whole set in front of me. Okay, I got to get him back in position, looking good. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I did yesterday. So that was the big secret. Okay, that was the big secret. And they all came, and now they're all here. Okay. So anyway, thanks for the birthday wishes. It's now October 11th. The birthday is over. Rita let me know last night at midnight. She said, okay, it's now midnight. Your birthday is over. Now it's it's over. But I did have one full day of anything that I wanted, and it was pretty cool. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Simple. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Come over and hang out there. We're going to burn through, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 tweets tonight like we do every night. And if you want to join in on those conversations, you do it right there. Hashtag F2B. You can, of course, Facebook is right there. You can go to our Fade to Black Facebook page, Twitter, on Stellar.com. And, of course, YouTube, you can sub to that channel as well. Okay, any questions or comments during the show, you can email me, Jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Okay, got a lot to get to tonight. And then in a few short minutes, Bulent Hassan is going to join us. He is the author, writer, creator, artist behind The Black Project. I'm holding up books 1, 2, and 3 to the cameras here. There they are, 1, 2, and 3. And it's really cool. They're beautiful. And then I looked really close. Bulent signed each one right there, and I thought that was part of the logo. He's got such the cool signature. So anyway, Bulent's going to be with us in a few short minutes. Breaking news. Today, I'm going to quote Kanye West from the Oval Office. He met with President Trump, and he said these words, and I quote, "There are theories that there are alternative universes, parallel universes." I was like, what? Now, that's how it started. And I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm just going to drop the ball right there. That's how it started, seriously. And okay, wait. So then he continued. I can't let it stop right there, right? I just can't. Then he said, in front of President Trump, cameras rolling. He's sitting in front of Trump's desk. And he says that he loves Hillary. End quote. Oh, man. And I spun around. I said, no, he didn't. And he did. I just need a drink right now. I really do. I do. And then, so I'm going to. And he followed that up with this. Are you ready? This is a quote. Quote, "We need the pharmaceuticals to make more money." End quote. Yeah, he did. So even though he had insisted that he had entered a parallel universe and he was out there in the multiverse somewhere. Yes, he did. But I entered a parallel universe today when I heard that. I could not believe my ears. I just couldn't believe it. So that's it. I have no comments. I'm just going to leave it right there. Okay? I'll leave it up to Twitter. I'll leave it up to email. I'll leave it up to Facebook and on Stellar to go and plow through that. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. Just $2 a month. We have over 900 archive shows right there. It helps support the show. That's what it does. Just $2 a month. You get all of the apps that you need. Everything is right there, whatever the platform is, for just $2 per month. You can also become a FADERNIGHT in our membership section over at jimmychurchradio.com. You can get commercial-free downloadable archives. You get autographed shirts and hats. You get a private email to me. You get the bunker cam. Get all that stuff. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. And when you're there, don't forget to check out all of our sponsors. here at Fade to Black. That's how this show runs every single day. Just click on their banners at jimmychurchradio.com. Happy birthday to today, Joan Cusack. Today is 56. She makes the list always because she is the sister of John and My Blue Heaven, Grosse Point Blank. And she was pretty good in War, Inc., too, as well. Daryl Hall is 72. Luke Perry, Daryl Hall is 72. That just ain't right. He still sounds good, too. Luke Perry today is 52. And now, before you freak out on that, don't. Because he was great in The Fifth Element, and sometimes when you're in a movie as great as The Fifth Element, and it's your birthday, you make the birthday list. On this day in history, OTD 1986, Reagan and Gorbachev meet in Reykjavik, Iceland. That's right, history went down because that's where Reagan tells Gorby that we have Star Wars, and the world changed that day. Seriously. Fader fact. Bones found at... Now, remember, this is a Fader fact. This has been vetted. This is a fact. Bones found at Seymour Island from 40 million years ago had 6-foot-tall penguins that weighed 250 pounds. And that is your Fader fact. Tonight, it is Fader Night. Open lines all night long. We're going straight to open lines at the bottom of the hour. John Rappaport is dealing with the hurricane and some other stuff out there on the East Coast. And so hopefully all is well out there, and he'll be with us next week. But so we're going to go straight to open lines at the bottom of the hour. The call-in numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. And now I would like to welcome for the first time to Fade to Black, Bulent Hassan. And Bulent, how are you tonight?
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? I'm doing great.
You know I'm great. It's Thursday night, Bulent. It's Fader night.
I know. Honestly, open lines are always my favorite on you or with like Coast to Coast or anything else. I just love hearing everyone call in and giving their stories. I think it's the most genuine thing you can find.
I'm totally with you on that. And it doesn't matter what the phone calls are about. Even before I got into broadcasting, my favorite shows to listen to, not only Coast to Coast, but like Jim Rome, right? I would listen to Jim Rome and listen to the callers that called in and different sports shows and the callers that would call in. Of course, Coast to Coast, but I would listen to talk radio and I would listen for the phone calls. I was so into it, and now it's just, I can't believe that I'm that guy, right? I'm the guy taking the phone calls. It's so cool. I just enjoy it so much. Well, Bulent, let's get straight to it.
Okay.
I've got you have been telling me about the Black Project for a while, and finally it's nearing completion. You sent me books 1, 2, and 3. Now, before I let you yap, I want to let the audience know that you created the story, but you also did the artwork and you did the lettering. And I was just blown away by the quality of what is here. This is as slick and as professional and as cool. I mean, it's just cool. It's visually just stunning to look at, and then to find out that, you did everything, but you had a co-writer that helped you with the writing, and that's Josh. Tell us about Josh.
Josh is an old good friend of mine. We've worked together on other scripts from the past and such. We met through another film production, and we were introduced to sort of fix someone else's movie, but nothing ever happened with that film, and we ended up just staying friends and collaborating on stuff. I was his editor. I would give him pointers, and when I decided to embark on creating my first short story, so a little background on me, I am a storyboard artist in television and film in the Vancouver area. Most recently, last year, season 3 of Legends of Tomorrow. So in between doing all of this, I needed a break from doing other people's work and start to tell my own story. And it ended up me going ahead and just decided to take on my first story that I wrote when I was in film school, and it was Black Project, and that was inspired by an episode of Unsolved Mysteries that I watched when I was in high school. So when it came to me doing all of the work that you mentioned, it ended up coming to the point where I realized I can't do this high school bit in book one, which you just showed pictures of on your live stream.
Right.
And I asked my buddy Josh, and I'm like, Josh, you watch Degrassi Junior High all the time. He's like, yeah. I go, can you write some Degrassi Junior High dialogue for me? He goes, sure. So he came in for those pages, and I said, do you mind coming in and filling in the dialogue? This is sort of what I want. And I always say that if I were never an artist, I would be like that would draw. I would be an artist that would make music. And I kind of equated to going, I got this tune. It's kind of and Josh would go, what about a rap line like but up, and you know, a bass line, and he would kind of come in and fill in. So we're both kind of playing music with comics.
Right.
And,
right.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, and it's totally that like jazz relationship we get. And now Josh just came in to do some fill-in dialogue. Now Josh is writing short stories, and he's starting to write the storyline for chapter 5 with me, as well as all of the dialogue for chapter 4, which is coming in at 100 pages now. And he's become more than just a collaborator. He's becoming a co-creator the further he gets into it, because we've realized this relationship that we have is it's too good to let go.
When you said you're in the film and television business up there in Vancouver, this is the audience needs to understand something. When you say something like that, that means you're in all of the business. Everything that is shot. Very little is shot here in Los Angeles anymore. There's a lot in Atlanta, outside, Toronto, but Vancouver probably shoots as much stuff up there, maybe outside of India, right? Everything, right?
It's gone crazy here.
It's gone crazy.
Totally.
Everything is shot up there. X-Files, I can go on and on, but that's your economy up there is Hollywood filmmaking.
Absolutely, it's a sustainable business. You know, it fills the industry, it fills other industries, the catering industry, the transportation industry. You know, also with law enforcement, we need law enforcement around a lot for safety issues. You know, I was on the set for Killing Gunther, the Arnold Schwarzenegger film. I storyboarded that with Taron Killam, and we had cops around us. It was just a funny side story. We were on set waiting to blow up a bunch of cars. And Bobby Moynihan came back. He goes, they've shut us down for now. And we're all like, why? He goes, because someone robbed a bank down the street, and our cops are chasing that guy down now. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This is like, who robs a bank? You know, everything's done online, even robbery.
Right,
But because we filmed in an area called Cloverdale, which is most well known for being the street of Smallville, where Lana had the coffee shop theater.
Yes.
And that area is fueled by film. It's a very small street. They've kept it a heritage site. And the little coffee shops that are there are fueled and helped being, they're thriving because of the film industry. Everyone films there. We would go, they'd pay a bunch of money, one cafe. We'd go get our lunches or sandwiches or ice cream. You know, we were blowing up cars on the hottest day of the year that year for Killing Gunther. It was an insanely fun day. And it's so busy up here. And I mean, that's why my book, I guess, has a cinematic look to it, because I've been working in film for so long, I can only see it this way.
You know who this is really the truth. The best films out there, I've always felt, were when the directors storyboarded it correctly with a comic book vibe, because comics have the insane angles and the shadows on the wall, you know, and if you storyboard it like that and then turn around and frame your cameras that way, you come up with this really dynamic look and feel in your film, like The Matrix, right? The Matrix was storyboarded and shot exactly like the storyboard was drawn. And that's what I get from this. This is exactly how you've approached this here. It's really well done.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, no, it's you know what I'm talking about. I want the audience to pick up on that vibe. It's really, really well done. I want them to understand what we're trying to portray here. I've been holding up the pages to the cameras. Tell us about the story, and as you do that, does the story? And I talked to Michael Oeming, and he listens. Yeah, Michael, as him and Taki are up there drawing and working, they're listening to Fade to Black, right? They're listening to Coast, and they're staying up late, and they're listening to the callers and the interviews, and they come up with ideas, and they work. Do you do the same thing?
Constantly. You literally described how I work.
Give me an idea. Give me an idea about that.
Okay, so, I mean, for me, I always stayed up at night, like exploring my imagination, right? And I ended up just going nuts when I went to film school, realizing there's so many ways to tell a story, and there's all these different camera moves and angles and whatnot, and diving into all the different comic books that were coming out at that time as well, that I would stay up at night and I would draw, I would explore, I would just invent. And Black Project is a product of that. And you got to remember, I've been holding on to this story for like 20 years until I got a chance to really tell it properly too. And when I have on like a Coast to Coast AM, your show, somebody else's show, open line, what have you, I get into this alpha wave, and the magic happens there. The pencil takes over. I don't. I'm a vessel. I become a vessel for a story that needs to be told. And it's something that helps you in the background, like your show. Like, I listened to your show with Corey Good and David Wilcox when I was finishing chapter 3. Like, that was being done when that came out. I had your show on constantly, and I'd listen to like, how many hours you had with those guys, because that subject, when you approached it was fascinating to me. Right.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. And I would go through phases over the years too, where I would do the exact same thing. Art would have on, Bob Lazar. He would have somebody on for, Mars and the pyramids and Hoagland or time travel, all these things. And I would turn around and, it would be maybe one night on Coast to Coast, but it would involve the next week or two of my life where I'm researching, these people and the subjects. And I would go through those phases. I totally get what you're saying, because I am you. I did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
well,
totally.
Now you've got a little crowdfunding that you're doing for this. Where can everybody go and get involved?
Well, right now what we're doing is, because you've got the original copies of chapters 1, 2, and 3. That's Mechanism of Change, the Natural Selection, and then there's Genetic Drift. And those 3 are being combined into one special edition trade paperback, where we're working to crowdfund a really beautiful print for it. We're going to put in extra stories, one that Josh wrote and I'm drawing. I'm strictly doing what he's telling me to do. It's a little bit different, but it's working so well because I just love what he writes. And we're adding in a preview for chapter 4. We're adding in a few other types of things, sort of like backgrounds of where we got our ideas from. Like, I went and I did my research as well, talking to who I needed to. And we'll have an extra section called Agents of Nexus. The Men in Black here in the story. It's a story about a boy who discovers he's actually the lost genetic experiment from a Black-funded project area called the Nexus, and their agents are called, their Men in Black are called Agents of Nexus, and they're genetically grown in tubes. So I have all these ideas that are so common now, but I created this 20 years ago, and we're combining this to one beautiful thing on Kickstarter. So when you go on Kickstarter, I've given people a lot of different options, so they can get a different kind of cover, or they can get the digital version if they want, or if they want all of it, they can get all of it. If they want some of the hand-painted pages, they can get some of the hand-painted pages. There'll be higher reward tiers. But If you want a digital option, we've got that. If you want a trade paperback of all 3, you've got that. If you want to get the trade paperback plus chapter 4 plus the original 3 that you have in your hands, you'll get that as well. I basically made it so some things in the ones you have in your hands won't be available in the trade paperback, because the deal with comics is there's something different in every edition.
Right.
And you want to give someone something different for an experience every time they pick up your book. I know I picked up multiple copies of comics because there's a different edition every time, right?
Well, in chapter 4, is there going to be a late night talk show host featured?
There is.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
There
I'm
is.
just kidding.
No, it's totally true. There's a truck driver. I have a page. I'll email you the page.
All right.
We have a truck driver. He's actually driving down the road, and he sees 3 black triangles flying across the sky above him, and he calls into a late night radio show.
Oh, there you go.
I always bring it back because this is where it comes from, right?
Yeah. Do you know how many truck drivers have called in to the show, or either one, it doesn't matter, and talked about just that right there? And I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Okay, now, Bielan, are you on Twitter?
Yes, I am.
And, okay, so this is what I want you to do. Tweet out so I can retweet. Tweet out the Kickstarter links. I'll get on that. Rita will get on that. And we'll get everything out during the show. I've already tweeted out your Amazon links to chapters 1, 2, and 3. So those are up there, too, as well. This is very exciting. So how well is the Kickstarter going right now? How close are you?
Well, we're asking for about $6,000 US to get a proper print done, and to get that many pages and for that quality of paper. I don't believe in giving a bad product to anybody.
No, this is amazing. Yeah, this is amazing quality. Yeah, this is real stuff.
Yeah, thank you. We're about like a third of the way-ish.
Okay.
We just need a bit more of a push to get there, and I've even done a crazy reward where you can go ahead and option the rights if you want, just because so many people told me this feels like a movie. I go, well, it was designed to be a movie initially. So yeah, we went ahead and we put in an option the rights.
Wow.
So we put that in. Yeah. I mean, why not? Right.
Yeah.
It's a ballsy move, but you never know unless you try. So we've got the Kickstarter about, everything on my page, it says in Canadian, but it says in Canadian dollars, $1,238 of almost $7,800, right? But in Canadian, that's about $6,000. So the idea is that we get the best quality print. I want this to be like when you look on your shelf to go, this is something special. Because for me, it was something special. Because when I started this, I was single, and now I'm married with a child, and I ended up drawing my daughter in the book before she was ever born. You can hold up the page in chapter 1, and you'll see a picture of the baby with the organism going into it.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. That's your daughter.
It ended up being my daughter. I found it. I go, there's something really weird. I'm recognizing you right now. And she's 3 weeks old. I'll email you the photo, or I'll tweet it to you. And it's nuts. I showed this side by side, and everyone's like, that is the scariest thing I've ever seen. So things happen because, it's really weird. You build it and they'll come, and it's like thoughts become reality. And I'm believing that more and more. Like chapter 3 gets a bit more spiritual in that sense. And chapter 4 goes even further at one point. But the action is there in that book. This is all just to get this out there and get it to people's hands and get them to experience something as well. It's not just a book, it's an experience to me.
Thank you so much, Bielan. I'm holding it up right here. It is Thursday night. It's Fader night. It's open lines all night long. The project is called The Black Project, and there's chapters 1, 2, and 3 right there. Bielan Hassan. Bielan, thank you so much. Get Twitter going, and I'll take care of it right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a great evening.
You have a great night. The project is amazing. So we'll get it up there. Everybody go and check it out. And let's get this Kickstarter going. We'll finish that, wrap it up, and who knows, maybe we'll option this thing and turn this thing into a movie. Bielan Hassan, The Black Project. This is Fade to Black's Fader Night. Thank you, Bielan. You have a good night. I'll be right back after this short break to take your phone call. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Times are changing. The circus of politics, healthcare's low standards and high prices. And let's not forget food quality. What to do? Arm yourself with Life Change Tea at GetTheTea.com. In a world of chemical imbalance and poor air and water quality, it's time you make a move. Log on to GetTheTea.com and stock up on organic non-GMO supplements. Don't forget the tea. Cleansing your body never felt so good. And we have a brand new tea called Takedown Tea, which helps support healthy glucose. All natural body support so you can be at your best, naturally. All you have to do is log on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. We're not a fad that comes and goes. We are the real deal. Join us and armor up. GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. Changing America's health one tea bag at a time.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the planet.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find Fast Start Diet on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code TALK to get 10% off your first box. And as a special bonus, Fast Start will include their #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. This is Jimmy Church. And whatever your diet plans are, do what I did. Go to faststartdiet.com.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It is Fader Night. Open lines all night long. The call-in numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. Everything is on the table. It's my favorite night of the week. It is Thursday night. Let's get straight to it. Let's go to area code 718. You are up first on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy Church. Jimmy the Church. This is a belated wish from Avalanche Bob for your birthday. And Jimmy, this song for you. Happy the day that you were born. Happy the rest of your life. Happy the day that you were born. Happy the rest of your life. It doesn't matter how old you are. It just matters what you do. It doesn't matter how old you are. Jimmy, you're going to be young your whole life through. Oh, happy the day that you were born. Happy the joy. Happy the joy. Happy birthday, boy.
Thank you, Avalanche Bob. How are you, man? That was fantastic.
I'm doing great, Jimmy. The revolution is getting out there. And I told you, I'm pretty sure that I was born for this. And things are changing, and it looks great. They got a show coming up in Jamaica, and it's going to be great for Halloween. And hope to get another album out. I hope to get a Christmas album out. I'm not sure if I can do it now. But things are going great, Jimmy, and just trying to make the world better with my music, you know?
You're the best, Avalanche. You're the best. Where can everybody go and listen to your stuff? Really quick.
Jimmy.
Yes, Avalanche. I said, where can everybody go and listen to your stuff?
But things are going great, Jimmy.
Okay, you got to turn me down in the background. All right, Avalanche, take it easy. You can't you always have Avalanche Bob listening to himself in the background. Let's go to area code. What is up next? Is that 9957? Is that right? You're live.
937?
937. I don't have my glasses on. I don't wear glasses, so that's my fault.
Hey, I need to. This is Randy from Dayton, Ohio.
Hey, Randy from Dayton, Ohio. How are you?
I see your guitars in the background. Also see you've only got like 36 likes, and I don't understand either one of those things. You should have more likes, and some of your music in between talking should be live, I believe.
There you go. It's not going to happen, but
no. Man.
You know. But what do you mean? There's only 36 likes on the guitar.
That's all I've got. That's my whole thing. I listen to you on the coast, and I've discovered you here on the YouTubes, and man, keep it up. It's interesting. I love it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Randy. What about the Air Force Base, man? What do you think is going on out there? Do you hang out? Have you ever time traveled there?
This week, they're bringing up a bunch of planes from down south from the Carolinas, so it's been pretty noisy up in this area. I'm a little bit to the north of them, but It's pretty noisy.
Right on. It's the best Air Force museum maybe in the world is right there, right, Pat?
Yeah, it's they got a whole bunch of neat stuff. I don't get out there too often. They also have a huge large-scale RC fly-in every year or three, and that's pretty neat because they've got these radio-controlled planes that are like 20-foot wide or 10-foot wide or something.
Yeah, they're huge. I've seen that. I've watched a lot of videos of that. That's amazing to see when those RC planes get that big, World War II bombers. And I've seen, a 747, at that scale, with a bunch of jet engines on it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're neat. They got some big four motor prop planes, and they had I don't know, just anything you can imagine, a bunch of jets, and it's just amazing for the Those are models. These guys spend more on models than I spend in my whole entire life.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, your house is not worth what one of those models are. There's no doubt about it.
Right, you got it.
Randy, thank you so much, man. First-time caller. I really appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead.
First-time caller. Have a great evening. I'm listening.
Thank you so much, Randy. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Coast.
All right, man.
I'm hosting Coast Sunday night.
I'll be there.
I'll see you then. Thank you so much. Love first-time callers. Let's go to area code 936. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy?
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Ramblin' Randy here, Jimmy.
Hey, Ramblin' Randy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jimmy. I'm now watching you on the webcam thing. I'm hooked up now, Jimmy.
Oh,
since
you're
the last time we chatted. I'm watching you, but there's a time delay, so this is very interesting dynamic I'm going through.
Yeah. See, now you're a time traveler.
I am a time traveler, Jimmy. I think that we all are. We just have to run faster the opposite direction. It goes faster that way.
Don't watch.
Jimmy, I sent you an email. I want to come out there and sit down with you. This is something serious. I referenced it the other night, but we have been chosen. Now that sounds crazy, but I am on your show.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So that qualifies me to be able to say something a little abstract. This does not need to be overlooked. You will be beyond surprised and honored to be a custodian of what to do with this thing. I'm not kidding you. What do we do to hook up? I'll fly out there any day.
Okay. Well, let's not do it live on the air, but we'll do it via email.
I shot you an email, but I figured the best thing to do is get some of them goggles and meet you at one of them places or come out there tomorrow afternoon, whichever one works best for you.
All right, Randy. We'll get it worked out. Okay. All right.
I'll shoot you another email this evening, brother.
All right.
I'm enjoying it.
You do that, Randy. And I haven't gotten more email from a caller than I did with you from your phone call last week. So just don't forget that. All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bro. All right. Okay, Jimmy. Let's do it quick. Thank you, buddy. Bye.
Thank you, Randy. Ramblin' Randy. And no joke, my email blew up after his phone call last week. Let's go to area code 317, Naptown. You're up next on Fade to Black.
Hey, is this you, Jimmy?
Yeah, this is me, Jimmy.
Oh, hey, what's up, man? Chris here. I just want to say I really enjoy your show, man. Awesome guitars, man. I'm a guitarist myself.
Are you really? What part of Indianapolis are you?
Northwest side of Indianapolis.
Northwest side. Did you grow up there?
Oh, yeah.
What high school?
But I actually went to Warren Central myself for a year before I went to Zionsville.
What? You went to Warren Central for a year?
Yeah, bro.
What year? What year was that?
I was there in 2004 and then went to Zionsville 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Now, I was there 25 years before you. But
oh man.
But is that this is what's nuts. And you can say this for Rita too. Tell her how big that high school is.
It's insane. That's all I can say is it's insane.
There most of the college,
10 minutes to walk side to side, maybe more.
Yeah. There are colleges. Most of the colleges in this country are not as big as Warren Central High School.
Oh gosh, no. Especially Purdue and Notre Dame.
I know, right. I mean, they got it all going on there, and it was big when I went there. It was, we had so many kids graduating. I don't know if they do it this way now, but
they still have to rent out a center.
Yeah, that we had to go. We graduated at the state fairgrounds.
Oh my gosh, they still do that. That's at the Coliseum.
Yeah, the Coliseum. That's how big the high school is. It's ginormous, man. Well, go ahead.
Come back out to Indy, man.
Well, I want to come back to Indy, and so there are a couple of ideas there. Okay, there's a couple of ideas, and I know this for sure. The next TV show that I do, I will definitely. There's no doubt I'm going to write it in that we're going to do an episode from Indianapolis. We have to do that, So I'm definitely going to work on that. I would like to. I would like to come there. We should have. We should have some type of conference in Indianapolis, and that would be really cool. It'd be cool if I came there and did Fade to Black, right? And it did Fade to Black from like the Vogue, downtown.
Oh my gosh!
Wouldn't that be cool?
Actually, I know the person who owns the Vogue. I can probably set that up.
Yeah. Well, how cool would that be, right?
Right.
Fade to Black from Broad Ripple Village. That would be cool.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm telling you, man. I got to get back to Naptown. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Hey, man, when you come over, Mikasa Sukasa.
Absolutely. Well, I got my family lives there, so I think we would be offending my mom and dad.
There you go.
But I appreciate the offer.
Well, good luck with the show, man. I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Love Naptown. I love Naptown. Indianapolis. Area code 480. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy Church, it's DeFango.
Hey, DeFango, how are you, man?
Oh, pretty good, man. How are you doing? I just heard it was FADERNIGHT. I figured I'd give you a call.
Well,
say how you're doing. Say happy birthday.
Hey, thank you, DeFango. I don't know how you managed to get through on the lines, but you did. Very cool. Very well done. You've got.
I have skills.
Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. So what's going on, DeFango? You tell me.
Oh, not much. I was going to ask you if you had heard about what was going down with WikiLeaks and some of those the new document that they dropped. See if you had any thoughts on that.
No, I was watching some of the stuff. I haven't had a chance yet, but I was watching some of the comments around the net, and I haven't had a chance to go. People were posting me the links and sending me the links. And Jimmy, you got to check this out, but I didn't get a chance to go and look at it yet. What do you think's going on? Tell me about it.
Well, they were doing this weird puzzle on Twitter for the last couple of weeks where they were showing data centers and then some rendition planes from all around the world. And it seems that it all lines up with this document that they dropped today on Amazon's secret government cloud that exists all around the world.
That's right.
It's basically connected to the Hive system that was released last year. They released user documents for it in Vault 7, and then Vault 8 was the actual documentation for Hive itself. And it basically shows you that they have access to pretty much unencrypt anybody's communications throughout the entire world. And if you really understand the way the system works, all these Amazon data centers that are secret using fake names like Vandalay Industries, if you're a Seinfeld fan, you might actually remember that one. But it seems just really, really strange because, we had year 0 last year. We're in year 1, and it's almost like nobody has really ever seen exactly how deep this thing goes. And it seems to be pretty deep.
Yeah, of course. Well, this is. Let me tell you my take on this. None of that should surprise anybody. I mean, anybody, right? Wouldn't you expect there to be a network piggybacked, running in the cloud, global, that nobody else has access to but security services, right? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you expect that? Right. I mean, if it didn't exist, I'd be disappointed. I don't want secret government agencies out there with exposed, right? You would want them on their own. I mean, I'm not. Are you surprised by that? I'm not.
I wasn't surprised by it. I was just taken back about the size and brevity because most people would think, Amazon's got data centers and, they're pretty hush-hush about where their data centers are. And particularly with this one, I mean, we got stuff that's all over the place. Like there's data centers in multiple different countries that are being accessed by, people that work for the United States government, covert operatives. And I mean, it's just strange that it's so deep and so connected. It shows you that the Five Eyes have they really, truly do have their eyes on everything.
Well, DeFango, I had reported on this 2 years ago, maybe two to 3 years ago, in that the money that Amazon makes, their business backbone, everybody out there thinks it's Amazon and Amazon Prime. No, their money is in data. Their money is in servers. Their money is on server centers. And the clients that they serve with that, and I'm talking about the banking industry, the governments, medical, pharmaceuticals, insurance, these huge amounts of volumes of data on everybody on the planet. Just think about the ginormous amount of stuff that I'm talking about here. That's Amazon's money. That's huge. The amount of money that they make on servers and server farms and the cloud and data storage pales, in comparison. It is just amazing how big it really is. And so to have a covert cloud network that's running for the security services, and it's Amazon, there's nobody else out there big enough to do it besides Amazon.
Or nobody that wanted to work with them directly. Bezos has been pretty clear about his government cloud, but they've been telling everybody that it's been relegated to the United States, not that it has nodal points and dark fiber lines all over the entire country, which is very strange when you look at all these Vault 7 things and you're like, wait a minute, so if they really want to see what I'm doing, all they got to do is route me through this network and they can see everything.
Yeah,
and
that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Now,
if you didn't believe it before, I don't know what to tell you.
I know. I'm so with you. And this is what would blow this out of the water, though. And I'm going to go and look into the latest releases. But this is what would blow it out of the water. If the system got cracked. In other words, just like the dark web, where suddenly we're getting a data dump from the cloud web, the secure cloud web. What if that happens and that gets cracked and hacked and accessible? Now we've got a situation that would be interesting.
I agree. I don't see how somebody's going to hack into this secure network, but I'm sure it's a possibility. You just need to find an access point. But even then, what are you going to find? Is that where they're hiding all the UFO images and stuff now?
Well,
that's really what I want to know.
Yeah, I know. What I have been told from multiple sources is that all of that kind of sensitive information, not only UFOs, but anything like that, is completely offline and off planet. Okay, that's it. It's on hard drives on satellites, right? It's off planet and it's not online. It's not accessible. That's what I've been told, and I've also been told that there are a couple of hard drive, not server farms, but hard drive data vaults out to sea, submarines. Right? Inaccessible, parked underwater and offline. So there is no way to get to it no matter what. And that's where the data sits. And so to access it, you actually have to have a human involved. So that's it. There isn't any way to do it through a computer.
Well, if you got to have a human involved, then I see the biggest security flaw on the planet.
But nobody's going to hack it, though. And what I'm saying by human, for a submarine, right? Okay, so you've got to have another submarine. It's got to go. It's got to dock with it. You've got to meet, or a boat on surface, and that's what I'm talking about with a human being. That's how you have to access it. Satellite in outer space, X-37B. Is up there, right? Okay. And it docks with the satellite, and then that happens, and hard drives are traded or accessed or whatever. But you're not doing it via a computer. It's got to be a connection that is made of some kind, but it's not through the internet.
Yeah, it's like you gotta go pull out the tape drive.
Yeah, to say, it's, when talk about an air gap, right? Well, how about a space gap, right? A water gap.
That's the best air gap ever.
Yeah, it's a water gap. Thank you so much, Defango. Anything else before I let you go?
No, not much, man. Just thanks for having me on, bro. You have a good one. Much love.
You're the best, Defango. Keep me posted out there, okay?
I will.
I'll talk to you. Defango right there. How cool is it? Defango calling in here on a Thursday night on a Fader night. All right, I've got to go ahead and take a break. I'm going to do that now. If you're on hold, you can just stay right there. I'll be getting to everybody here in just a bit. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night. The phone numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. You can also email Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. Twitter is on fire. You can follow me right there at jchurchradio. And hashtag F2B is the sandbox, and hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black questions. Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. I'll be right back with more of your phone calls right after this short break. Stay with me.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Folks, this is very important information. What's to be said about CBD? AncientLifeOil.com. Our CBD is made from hemp and has 0.003 THC, which means this wonderful product won't get you high, no matter what amount you take. What does CBD do for the body? My hands are tied, but you can Google CBD benefits and be astounded. When you're finished reading, you'll want to log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. and purchase. Life is good when you feel good. People are tired of pain. People are asking for non-GMO organic products to help them with you fill in the blank. Legal in 49 states, and again, our CBD is made from hemp. Ancient Life Oil is about helping people one by one by one. If you wonder how good the product is, the CEO takes it every day without miss. AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Have a great day.
Hello, I'm Katie Lee, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
Reclaim your active lifestyle with Angioprim. Angioprim is the original liquid oral chelation supplement. Chelation helps remove toxins, heavy metals, and cholesterol in your veins and arteries that can cause blockages. Scientific research proves the active ingredient in Angioprim has superior oral chelation action that helps promote cardiovascular health. Find out more. Go to angioprim.com. Talk to a trained consultant by calling Angioprim toll-free 877-882-7221.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official FADERNIGHT by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hey, it's Grace. Can we talk about something serious for a minute? Your age. Getting old has its perks. But remember, being a few years younger, You know, your hair was thicker, you didn't have so many wrinkles, that extra weight wasn't haunting you, and you just felt better. Well, we can't turn back the clocks and go back 10 or 15 years, but you can start feeling and looking 10 or 15 years younger with Nature's Youth RSF. It's a doctor-formulated daily supplement that helps your body maintain its peak performance and fight the aging process. Imagine sleeping better, looking better, and feeling better. See how Nature's Youth RSF has helped thousands of people just like you at nature'syouth.com. nature'syouth.com. Imagine how it will feel when your family and friends are asking you what you did to look so good. Your secret will be Nature's Youth RSF. It's time to start looking better and feeling better. Learn more and order your Nature's Youth RSF at nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com. That's nature'syouth.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back. Fade to Black, Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. The call-in numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. It's all easy. Phone lines are open. Let's go back to them. Area code 425. You are up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Oh, Jimmy.
How are you, Inquire?
It's Brett from Inquire Within.
How are you, man?
I'm doing lovely, and I was only calling because I just want to say happy birthday to you, and thank you for all that you do and all the kind words you've passed my way. I just had to get that out to you, my friend.
Okay, do it for me right now. Give me your Inquire Within gutter voice. Say happy birthday. Let me hear it.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
Do it.
Is that good enough for you?
Man, how do you do that, man? It's so crazy. Watching you live and flying into that, it was just so cool. You're the best, man. You're the best. So what's going on in the music world with you?
Oh, man. Well, some tragic news. The other day, my laptop, which I made an entire album on, the screen doesn't work, and now I'm terrified.
There's only one. There's only one. There's only one thing you got. You got to take that thing apart, pull the hard drive out, and get to work. That's your only option.
I'm taking it to the Geek Squad, man. I don't trust my hands with that.
I know. You know what I did today? I went through a 5-Finger Death Punch binge.
Oh, nice.
Man, what a band. What a band.
Yeah, I've been on a big All That Remains binge. It's been a while since I'd listened to them.
Wow.
Jumping on that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yesterday I did Hailstorm all day. And she's amazing, man. Lizzie Hale.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, seriously. And her rock and roll stuff, her rock voice, hello, Cleveland. She's just so rock and roll. But she's got, when she goes clean, she has got talent, man. And she plays. She's a full shred, man.
Yep.
Full shred.
That puts me to shame there.
What's that?
I said puts me to shame there.
Well, it puts me to shame too.
Shredding.
No, she's really good. But yeah, so today it was all about Five Finger Death Punch, and it's been a while since I went and visited those guys, and I just I just go through my things where I just get on one musical thing and I can't get off it, and I'll just do that. So that's what I did today. Five Finger Death Punch.
Have you checked out the new Behemoth album?
No, is it good?
Oh man, it's their last one they put out, I thought was the most top-notch thing they could do, but they did it, man. This one's called, I think it's called I Loved You at Your Darkest.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
Oh yeah, you'll have a good old time there.
That'll be my day tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Brett. I really appreciate it.
Yep, and happy birthday, man.
Thank you so much, man. And
thank you.
Keep us posted, okay?
All right, I will.
You have a good night. Go get that laptop fixed. You'll be in a better mood.
Help me.
I'll talk to you, man. Have a great night.
Right.
We'll see you Sunday on Coast.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Great phone call, and that was the best happy birthday I've had in quite a while. Let's go to area code 408. You are up next on I almost said Coast, on Fade to Black.
Fade to Black. Hi, Jimmy. It's Deb from Sacramento.
Hey, Deb. How are you?
Good, and happy belated. Hey, I have two quick questions and one quick comment, because I know you got a lot of calls. What did you have for your birthday dinner?
Oh man, you really want me to tell you?
Yeah, Captain Crunch, right?
It was my birthday dinner, and I'm not kidding. Well, it was late at night too, as well. But I did Wingstop. We went to Wingstop. Yeah, we went to Wingstop.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah, that's what we did. Did the habanero mango. We did the original hot and garlic parmesan fries. Their corn on the cob and veggie sticks. That's what we did.
Delish. And then you went home and you washed it down with some Life Change tea.
We have to after that.
I know, huh? Second quick question. The owl ring that Rita found, the big gold owl ring with the red ruby eyes, do you guys still have it?
Yep. And last night after the show, Rita got it out, and I looked at it under a magnifying glass.
Well, I want you to bring on the show to the bunker cam and show it to us, because what you described sounds so neat. It would just be neat to see it.
Well, it depends if Rita has it with her right now.
Okay.
So, but if she does, I'll bring it in. I don't know if she took it with her today or not, but there you go.
Cool. And then the third quick comment is regarding Kanye West.
Yes.
I think he had I think he's a gutsy guy. He said some really brave things. I think it's unfortunate that he probably has a very limited amount of time to express a whole lot of ideas and opinions and beliefs. And so he bursts into sort of a political soliloquy, and it comes across like rambling, and it's hard to follow because he's talking in circles, and then they bleep out the curse words. So it comes across like he's not rational. But if you break it down, and Tucker Carlson did this tonight, he broke down parts of it and talked about it, and he gave him a lot of credit. So I was appreciative of that. But I do think that he's brave to present things like alternate universes, even though he doesn't get to explain what he means. At least he's putting those thoughts out there, and I think that's good.
I could only imagine, because that's how it started off. That was the first sentence out of his mouth, right? Kanye's. And Trump is sitting behind the desk watching him, and I can only imagine what was going through Trump's mind at that moment. Alternative, what parallel, what an unlimited universes, and you are where, and you're what? You know, I can only imagine. Or Trump was thinking, there's alternative universes, there's parallel worlds, I don't know. I don't know what was going through Trump's mind, but I'm sure he was tripping. It was a weird footing to start off on. That's all that I'm saying. And then and then the Hillary comment, I love Hillary. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I think the reason he said that is because when he's on Jimmy Kimmel and they're always trying to put him in the spot and then get him to say, and not that I watch Jimmy Kimmel, but I do watch the clips on YouTube when I see a Kanye clip, and he talks about how instead of being divided as a country, we all need to love each other, and I think that's why he said that.
I get that. Oh, sure, there's a backstory, and there's the reasons why, but that doesn't change the fact that he said it sitting in front of Trump on live television. And it's not like Kanye gave the backstory there. He just said, hey man, well, I love Hillary, and blah 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 blah. It was just bizarre to me. It was bizarre. I went into a parallel world. It was cool.
Yeah, it was a bizarre rant. Unfortunately, came across bizarre. But at least he had the courage to say some things, and that's what it's all about.
No doubt about it. Thank you, Deb.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, and I'll listen to you on Coast. Who are you having on Coast Sunday?
We'll see you on Sunday.
Are you allowed to say? Okay.
Thank you so much. Bye. And that was bizarre. I'm gonna give Kanye credit. If you're gonna go bizarre, you do it like that. Let's go to area code 816. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi. Who's this?
This is Janet from Kansas City.
Hi, Janet from Kansas City. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. This is my first time calling.
I see that.
And I can't believe I got through.
And you did get through. How are you?
I'm so nervous.
What's that? No, it's okay.
But
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Thank you. I just want to tell you a story.
Sure.
About astral travel and sleep paralysis.
Right on. Okay. I love astral travel, sleep paralysis stories. What have you got, Janet? What happened?
Well, I just wanted to say, I've dealt with this my whole life, and it's been like a really scary thing. But thanks to Fade to Black and some of the guests you've had on, especially Jason Quitt.
Yes.
It's not been so scary anymore. It's been more exciting and fun and something I can learn from. But my story is, I think it's really funny. Some might find it serious, but I've got to find a little humor in the stuff because it's always so serious,
I'm listening.
So,
what happened?
Okay. So this happened about a year ago. I find myself in that state where I'm waking up but out of my body. And I look over to the right side of the bed, and there is a very tall male figure and dressed in a white robe holding like a really long crystal that looks like, if you're familiar with selenite, it looks kind of like that, but it's more like a quartz. It's like a really long kind of rod, crystal rod. Anyway, this male figure, I look over and I'm not scared. Usually I'm really scared when this kind of thing happens. I'm not scared of this guy. He won't show me his face. So thanks to Jason Quitt, I say, who are you and what do you want? Instead of like, I'm so scared, go away.
Right.
So he won't show me his face, just stands there, doesn't say anything. So my mind just keeps going and going, and I just sort of make up who he is. And because of his height and build, I say, well, are you my ex-boyfriend? I mention his name, and this figure morphs into my ex-boyfriend. And I get up out of bed or out of my body, and I walk this guy out the door. And I can kind of see through the wall and watch this person like drive away.
What?
What? Yeah. Because, when you're out of your body, you don't see, you can see through walls and all of that stuff.
What? Okay. What happened next?
Well, that's where the funny thing is. It's like this guy in this white robe, I just turned him into my ex-boyfriend and walked him out the door.
You kicked him out.
Avoided I either avoided like a really evil shapeshifter, or I kicked out like this being that was going to give me like the secrets to life.
Well, yeah. It's one or the other, but it sounds like you caught him by surprise.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's totally cool too, as well. Where I could just imagine what was going through his mind. What? Right?
Like, well, if you're not going to tell me who you are, I'm just going to make it up in my mind.
Yeah, right. I can't deal with this crazy woman. I've got to go. And did you call your ex-boyfriend? Did you tell him?
Oh, hell no.
Oh.
No.
That would have been like the icing on the cake. You know, he wouldn't expect a call from you, but you would say, you know, something like, you know, this entity was in my room last night, and I kicked him out because I said he was you, and he left. Ha! You know, and just let him hang up the phone. Man, whoa.
Yeah, that chick is crazy. I knew it.
That is a great story. And now, what do you think if it happens again? Would you approach it the same way, or would you apologize?
Well, I've always wondered about this particular being because this happened at a time when I was just discovering, okay, this is cool. I can actually talk to these beings when they show up. I don't have to be scared and just freeze. I can actually interact and, you know, have conversations, or they can show me things. So I really wonder if this guy was there to show me some things and I just handled it wrong, or if he comes back, I definitely want to ask him.
Yeah, he could have been giving you the secrets to 0 point energy and happiness and peace on earth, right?
No kidding.
But you blew it.
Kidding.
You
And
blew
I
it for
kicked him
all.
out.
You blew it for all of us. But you know what? Rita just tweeted out. She said, "Be proactive. Surprise the cosmic crap out of the aliens." Oh, that is funny. Well, I think you did the right thing. Okay, I think you did the right thing because it's better to play the safe card. Right? Better to play the safe card.
Right.
You know, sure, it may have been the keys to the universe and to your happiness, and it could be all of that, but it could have been something very negative too as well. We'll never know. If he comes back, then try to find out. And if it is the keys to the universe, apologize on behalf of me. And you just put it on me and tell him it's my fault. And then call me back and tell us what those keys are.
Okay, Jimmy, I'll let you know.
Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you so much. Don't be a stranger.
Okay, thank you. We made it easy.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we love first-time callers here, Janet. I'm just going to let you know right now. First-time callers always welcome right here on Fade to Black. Let's go to area code 928. You are next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Fran.
Hi, Fran. How are you? It's been a month of Sundays.
I'm doing okay.
Good. It's good to hear your voice.
And, yeah, I was just calling to say happy birthday yesterday.
And?
And
oh, I didn't take calls yesterday.
I love Libras.
Thank you so much, Fran. Thank you so much for that. And, you know, having you call in and wish me happy birthday means a lot. Thank you so much for that.
It's been a little while since I called.
It's been a little while since what?
Since I've called.
Oh, it's been a while since you've called. Yes. I thought you said wild.
Well, that goes without saying.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to know. Thank you so much, Fran.
Everything's been good.
Right.
And I just wanted to make sure that you were good, Rita is good. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Fran. When are we going to see you again?
Well, I don't know for sure. I'm going to try to make CITD this coming year.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and Conscious Life Expo is coming up in February, too, as well.
Where's that at?
That's here in Los Angeles.
February?
Yeah, it's in February.
No, I don't drive in the winter.
It's not winter
There's like
here.
rain and snow and all kinds of crazy
There's not, from where you live to here, you drive through the desert the whole way.
I know, but
What
believe
snow?
me,
What winter?
I've driven it before, and it snowed.
I'm calling you out on this right now, Fran. I'm calling you out. The 10 freeway.
Go ahead.
The 10 freeway. You drive through palm trees the entire way.
I don't drive the 10.
Well, what do you do?
I always drive the 62.
Why go to Seattle to get to Los Angeles?
That's not Seattle.
I'll talk to you. Thank you so much, Fran.
That's just through
Thank you, Fran. Behave and be well.
Of course. You too.
Thank you so much, Fran.
Okay.
Have
Good night.
Have a great night, Fran. Every time I think of what is it? She introduced me to what's the cinnamon flavored whiskey? What's that called? Man, that stuff is good. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who is calling?
Happy birthday, Mr. Jimmy.
How are you, Steve? Thank you, man. Thank you for that.
Now, how old did that put you at, Jimmy? Now, tell the truth, too, now.
Double nickel.
Don't skimp out on it.
No, double nickel.
Double nickel.
Double nickel. Double nickel.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Double nickel. I can officially, really cool. I'll go on the record right now. When I was 21, there was no way I was ever going to be 55. No way. Impossibility. Impossible. Never going to happen. And here I am, 55.
I was the same way, Jimmy.
Yeah.
The same way.
Well, you're not 55.
When I was in my, late teens and early 20s to 25, before I met my beautiful wife, Jimmy, I was completely, there's no way I'm going to make 50.
No, there's no. And I'm with you on that. I think about it now. My daughter Diana called me out on this the other night when I was telling her to, she's 23, she can do what she wants, but I'm like, don't stay out late. You got this, and I'm sitting here sounding like my parents, and I'm just kicking myself for that. But I'm going back when I was 23, 22, 21, 20. Oh, my goodness gracious. All the way till I was, probably pretty solid 30, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. It was, if I went to bed before the sun came up, right? I went to bed early.
I'm right there with you.
I went to bed early, and so there's nothing really.
If I got up before noon,
I know. Oh man,
it was.
Yeah.
That was early to me.
Yeah, I was trash before noon, and so and so she calls me out on it. She goes, "Everything that you did, and you're telling me," and she was. There's nothing I can say. She just put me in my spot, and my response to that, Steve, is, well, I learned, so I'm here to teach you. I learned from that, and I'm here to teach you. But no, I wouldn't change it.
My dad always told me, when I would come back at him with that, he would always say, do as I say, not as I do, or I have done.
Yeah, right. And even that doesn't hold water.
No.
And I'll tell you why it doesn't. Because I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change a thing. No. I've done everything that I've wanted to in my life. I've done it all.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to, we're on this planet for a very short time, Jimmy. And you have to experience life. That's the way I look at it, and enjoy yourself. And if other people may not think that it's the right way to live, or that's on them or whatever. But you got to live your own life and enjoy yourself, because we're only here for a short time. So,
that's right. That's it. That's the end of the story. Steve, it's so simple. If you think that what will make you happy is to graduate from high school, go to college, get out of college, get your first job, get married, have 3 kids, stay at one company for 40 years, retire, and then go and vacation around the world on your retirement money. And that's life to you, fine. If you want to, ride through high school, get out of high school, be in a rock and roll band, tour the world, and do your thing, or be an artist and paint, or what you want to be a race car driver, it does not matter. If that's what you want to do it. You do not want to have regrets. You don't want to make it to 65, 70 years old and look around and go, man, I should have. You know what? If you even have that thought once, then you didn't live the life that you wanted to do. And you don't want to have those
You're
thoughts.
absolutely right.
Yeah, you don't want to have any regrets. You don't. And it doesn't matter what it is, man. It just doesn't matter. If that's what, and go and try and fail. Right? Try and fail. You want to be an astronaut. You don't make it into the program, but you know what? You did. Or you want to be an astronaut and then you go to the moon. But you don't want to be 70 go, man, I should have gone to flight school. I wanted to go into the Air Force and I didn't do it. I wanted to be an astronaut and I just didn't do it. You don't want to. No, that's not what life is about. And that's it. So I look back. Here I am at this double nickel. And I look back, you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. And you know what? There were some low points. There were some high points, but it doesn't matter. I wouldn't change it. It's made me who I am today. And I've been very blessed in that anything that I wanted to try to do, whether it's play guitar or artwork or television or radio or, I've worked for the big companies and small companies and I've been unemployed. I've been all, you know what I mean? I've tasted it all. So
that's life.
There you go.
That's life.
There you go.
You're going to have your highs and your lows, and, there's going to be disappointments, there's going to be happiness, but at the end of the day, you did it your way.
That's it.
Frank Sinatra said it.
Frank Sinatra.
I did it my way. And
you know what? When I listened to Frank sing that song, I know that he means every word of it. I get choked up.
Man, didn't he have a great voice?
Oh, man. I was watching, what were we watching the other day? Rita and I. Oh, the new Quincy Jones documentary, right?
Yeah.
And highly recommend it. Go and check it out. And but there's Quincy's career. He did that long run with Frank Sinatra. He's Frank Sinatra's orchestrator, right? And listening to Frank talk about Quincy and Quincy talk about Frank, especially back then when that whole black-white thing was not cool. That was a bad zone to go into. And their friendship and their relationship and the respect that they had for each other was unbelievably cool. But anyway, it gives you another insight into Frank, that I had not realized, man. Yeah, Frank Sinatra was the man. The man. So was Quincy. Well, he's still alive. I don't want to put it that way.
Did you get to check out the Skinwalker movie yet?
No, I did go and read a bunch of reviews on it, and because you had recommended it. So I spent about 2 hours researching on the net. I wanted to see what other people out there thought about the film inside and outside of our community. And it was pretty interesting to get everybody's take on it. Now, I think I'm about ready to go and watch it. But so I did do that. I spent a lot of time on it. And I'm reserving.
Are you going to make it to Baltimore to the Alien Con or something?
Yeah, no, I won't be.
Baltimore?
Nope. Wasn't invited to Alien Con. I wasn't invited. So I know. I didn't even.
With those people, Jimmy.
I didn't even know it was happening until like 2 days ago when Dolan announced that he was going to be there. But I didn't even know. I've seen no advertising. I didn't know it was happening.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And two, what's the deal with the? Have you seen the deal with the dolphin over in Japan?
What's that?
You know, that's still in the enclosure. They shut that. They had like a Sea World or something like that over in. It's not a Sea World, but it's like in a aquarium park like that, and there's a dolphin still in its enclosure, and by itself in a really small pool, and they shut this theme park, this park down, and people have been trying to get in and rescue this dolphin now for months.
I didn't know about it. Post it up, Steve. I've got to head towards a break right here. Post it up so I can go and check it out right now.
Jimmy, as always, brother. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much, Steve. I really appreciate the birthday wishes, my friend. I'll see you Sunday night over on Coast to Coast. Spunk Steve right there. It's Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. More of your phone calls after this short break. Stay with me.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously. Go Beckley Tappy. Do you want to be an official FADERNIGHT? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the Lime Scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate Lime Scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products, available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi,
Hi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. The call-in numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. And my opening comments, before I get back to the phones, my opening comments in the breaking news today about Kanye West in the Oval Office on live television, opening his statements with the theories of multiple universes, parallel universes, and I think the surprise on everybody's face there on where he was going with that, and said that, you know, Hoover, and he was Hoover in a parallel world, or if he was, he would have to do this, and over there it was different, and here it was pretty bizarre to me. Now, the question that I have for all of you, and I definitely want to talk about this, do you think that Kanye believes in what he was saying? Does Kanye believe in parallel worlds, in a multiverse, in parallel universes, which was another thing that he said, which was a strange comment? Does he believe that? It's a pretty interesting thing to have on live television right out of the Oval Office. So I do want to get reactions from everybody. Let's go to area code 561. You are up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Mate from Florida.
Hey, Mate. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Very cool.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, very, 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 very cool. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry I sent you something you already seen.
No.
I had no idea.
That movie is amazing, and you're talking about Salute 7. That is an amazing, amazing documentary, and thank you for that. No, absolutely, thank you so much. That movie, that documentary, freaked Rita out. She was like, "How can this be?" I was raised in the Soviet Union in Moscow, and we didn't know about this, and we had to go, and because of that, we had to go and do the research on it, and we spent a lot of time looking into the whole story, which it turns out it did happen. It was true. And for you, yeah, and for you to turn around and send us the movie as a gift, that meant a lot to us. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome.
So, what's on your mind?
What do you think about what happened today in Russia with the failed launch of the Soyuz?
Oh, I forgot to mention that. That was, man. Okay, I didn't mention this in the breaking news. I meant to get to this earlier. I'm glad you brought it up. For those out there that may not know what happened, there was a launch yesterday in Kazakhstan, Soyuz, with an American astronaut and a Russian astronaut going up to the ISS. 2 minutes after the launch, the booster stage failed to ignite. So that's it. 2 minutes into the launch, they are up. They've left the atmosphere. They're up in space. But the booster rocket to guide them into orbit to dock with the ISS failed to launch. So they were stuck. So they had to bail. And they had to do what is called a bullet reentry, which is literally as it sounds. You turn around and you shoot straight back and drop through the atmosphere like a bullet. And you got one chance, you got one crack at it, and that's it. And they survived.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. Did you see the pictures of it? Did you see the pictures of the reentry?
Yeah.
Man, it was just flaming and smoking. Incredible story. And speaking of Salyut 7, right? Or Apollo 13, well, we had our own real-life situation played out yesterday, and I don't know what's going through an astronaut's mind when something like that catastrophic goes down, and you get the call from Earth, okay, right? This is what we're going to do. What? Wow, incredible. What did you think?
I was really bummed out, and then actually I just read an article that Russia opened a criminal investigation into that. That really made me thinking, like, what's going on? Like, is something happened, like a sabotage, or did you read that article? Did you hear about that?
No, I did not. No, I did not hear about that. So what do they think happened?
They find something strange they don't want to talk about. They just said that they opened a criminal investigation, and they are looking at someone or somebody. Maybe somebody did something deliberately. I'm not sure, but that's really weird. I was really wondering, like, what's going on here? That's really fishy.
Yeah, I did not. I didn't hear about any of this. I'm looking now. Astronauts making an escape, but Russia. Okay, this is. Yeah, somebody sent me a link on the investigation. I want to know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I read it on European news.
Okay, all right.
BBC
Somebody
or Mirror,
Yeah, somebody will post it up here on Twitter, and I'll be able to check it out. Mate, thank you so much for the birthday gifts, my friend.
Welcome. One quick question before I go. Have you seen the other Russian movie, the space movie, the Time of the First or something? Have you seen that one?
No, I have not. What's it called?
Okay. It's the Time of the First. Like, I think it has the English title is The Spacewalker or the Age of the Pioneers. I'm going to send that to you if you haven't seen it.
Okay.
That's a very good one, too.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you for that.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, so I'll hold off and I'll wait for the DVD from you. Fair enough?
That's a Blu-ray, so I'm going to send in Blu-ray.
You got it.
Okay.
I do have Blu-ray capabilities. Thank you so much, Mate.
Good. You're welcome. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Happy birthday again.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye-bye.
Mate. Give my best to the family. And there you go, Mate Meyer right there out of Florida. Let's stay on the phones. Let's go to area code 805. You're up next.
Hello. Oh, my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you. How are you?
I'm good. Who is this?
My name is Eva, and I am calling from Valencia. I'm not too far away from you.
No, you
Am I
are
too
not.
echoey?
No, you sound great.
Okay, I'm in the bathroom. So I have this thing that I want to present to you, and I want to know if you've ever heard of it or thought about this, or if anyone, I know you've been doing a bunch of Egypt stuff this week that I've been listening to, so I love Egypt and everything about it.
Right.
And so here's my thought. I remember being in college, and I took this religion class. Oh my gosh, sorry, my heart's racing. And the professor said at one point, it was like this, talked about Christianity at one point, and talked about how, like, when the second coming happens, everyone in the world will see it all at the same time. Will, like, see this Jesus coming down or something. And I was thinking, how is this ever going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so regardless of whether it's that or not. Then I was thinking about the pyramids, and there's all these pyramids all over the world, and what if, or have you ever heard of, if they're all connected somehow, and they could like turn on, and all of a sudden there would be this like hologram, if you will, over the entire earth at one time, and some message could be, I know I sound like a crazy person, but does that sound like, have you ever heard of any of that? Like some message from some being, I don't know, something. Have you ever heard of that? Like the connecting of the pyramids into some hologram before?
Well, Eva, let me ask you this. Why does that sound strange to you? It doesn't sound
Well, no,
strange
but
to me.
I mean, I believe a lot of weird stuff, right? So
Sure.
I'm just thinking, like, is this grounded in science also? Like, is there some kind of, I don't know.
Well, the answer is yes.
Like,
Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, so that's the short answer. The second half of that is when you look at certain, and you can do this after you're done talking to me, just go and jump on the net. I'll tell you, go and look up a couple of black projects. One of them is Bluebeam. Okay, look at Bluebeam. And then that will take you off into a nice little rabbit hole, and you can go and click and researching and go through that. But the ideas behind that technology, which it fans out and gets really wide. But the idea behind the technology is to be able to project something in the sky, holographic, that is real, and use it as a tool. Now, there are some stories out there, and I think that it's based on reality, by the way, that this technology was used, for instance, in the Iraq War, where we projected stuff in the sky, Islamic related, Muhammad, right? And freaking out the troops, right? Okay, so that's one application of it. Now, if you take that same idea, there's been a lot of theories and pretty good evidence presented in this way, that if they did a fake alien invasion, you can have an Independence Day type event over Los Angeles, over Valencia, right? Where you have this giant craft in the sky, huge, and it's real because it's a real hologram. It's a real it's a real holographic 3D projected thing. So it looks solid, it looks real. And we don't know the difference because of what it actually is. In that, I want you to wrap your head around this. When you look at a photograph of a real person, right? You're holding up a photograph.
Yeah.
I'm holding up a picture of me, right? I just happened to grab this. So here's a picture of me. Well, this is a real picture. I know that this is not a fake person. That it's a photograph, but yet what's in it is real. So if you turn around and project something into the sky that is real, it's not a cartoon, in other words. It's not a cartoon flying saucer. It's not something from Bugs Bunny, but it's something, we won't know the difference. And so that would be another aspect of this. Now, another version of that would be, what if they projected Jesus? Right? Jesus in the clouds.
Right. Like, how would you know what's real, what's not? How do you know what to trust, what not to trust?
Right.
It's like I keep everything open as a possibility.
Right.
Like, maybe that's real. I don't know.
Right. And
but
so how
a lot of people would freak the heck out if they saw that, and there's not enough people who could go, well, hold on, let's question that. What is that? Let's talk about it.
Well, they wouldn't question. See, and that's the trippy thing. Is for the first moments of all of this, maybe a day, there wouldn't be a chance for people to turn around and question things. They're still in freak out mode.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
And you'd have to calm everybody down, and you'd have to get the information out there that this isn't real. This is and would that even be possible? So the effects of it, the immediate effects, just like Twitter has an immediate effect in seconds, right? If worldwide. So if you did something like that and you had projectors positioned around the globe where you had Jesus in the United States and you had Jesus in Europe and Jesus in China, right? Jesus in Africa, right? Suddenly this happened worldwide. Holy crap, right? Jesus over Jerusalem. Oh, man. So, I don't know, or UFOs over each country.
Right.
And if you go and you think about, and I say those words all the time, if you go and think about this, when you go back to the movie Independence Day, or movies like that where they go, okay, we've got UFOs, we've got crafts over Moscow, London, Japan, China, Beijing, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. What are they suggesting right there? Exactly what I'm talking about. Where it's all happening at the same time around the world, and you're doing these projections where you're going to get the same reaction, the same emotional response from the Earth at the same time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, is it out of the question? It is not out of the question. Would they do something like that?
That's crazy to think about that, like how energy is so impactful. And if you were to be able to trigger that for good or quote unquote evil, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like with the impact that could have on the world in a second. I mean, it could be like the most harmonious, loving thing ever.
Right.
Or the
or
scariest,
not.
most horrifying. Like,
right. Or not. Right. And I always go back. I'll never forget when Reagan, because I remember when it happened, but I've gone back and I use it for the intro of the show where Reagan says at the United Nations, right? Just imagine if some alien forces outside of this world, right? And well, the words are so powerful when he says that because everybody that hears that steps back and goes, well, we would definitely forget all of our issues, all of the economic issues. If you just lost every dime in your 401k and the stock market just crashed, right? And the world economy is in a downward spiral and everybody's freaking out and UFOs show up, the last thing you're going to think about is your retirement fund.
It's true. It's true. Everything shifts at that point.
Everything shifts, and certainly I'm just using one aspect of that, but I'm talking about the skirmishes that are going down in Africa or the issues in the Gaza Strip or what's going down in the South China Sea right now or North Korea and Kim Fatty Fat. All of these things that, Kanye West today at the Oval Office, all of these things that are going on this planet right now, and there's some really big issues that are happening. UFOs show up, those issues are meaningless. Meaningless.
Right.
They have no value. They have no value.
Yeah, I was just listening to a podcast today, and it was all about talking about the Nazis and the UFOs and how they created UFOs, and those are the ones in Antarctica and blah, blah, blah. So then it goes back to what you and several of guests have said is, how do you know if it's good or bad? Is it real? Is it not? Or whatever.
Eva.
I guess it just comes down to discernment. Like, what, are they promoting love and peace or harm?
Right. Let me ask you, why are you in your bathroom?
Oh my gosh, I have so many children, and it's just easier to focus if I'm in the bathroom talking.
Oh, you don't want to. It's not that you don't want to freak them out. You don't want to wake them up.
Oh gosh, no, they know I'm crazy.
They know you're crazy. Okay, so let me ask you this then, Eva.
I'm not crazy. I actually said one day you're all going to come to me and be like, "Mom, you were right. So what do we need to know?" I'm like, okay. Go listen to this. Go watch this. Go, you got to figure it for yourself. But
tomorrow,
they just haven't done the same legwork.
tomorrow, play them this show. That's what you should do.
Okay.
What are their names? Give me their names, their first names.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Emmy, Coleman, Braden, Evan, Avery, Dawson.
Oh, you didn't. When you said a lot, you didn't say a boatload.
Well, I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a boatload. Yeah, that's okay. So anyway, have you ever seen anything strange in the sky?
No, I have not. And I'm telling you what, I have looked and I have had sat outside and said hello. But then I always go back to, if something really were to appear, even though I feel like I'm a very mindful, grounded person and I come from this place of love and empathy, I think I would kind of freak out. I've heard you say this too. The first time you really see something that you can't explain, it's that paradigm shift. So while I absolutely 100% believe it, I have yet to see something that I'm aware of. Who knows about dreams and whatever. But in this reality, in this kind of place, no. but I haven't been to ECETI or wearing the cool glasses.
Right.
All the cool stuff. Like,
right.
I have to have that experience.
Yeah, and you don't at Joshua Tree or up at ECETI, the two, well, not two. There's probably 100, but there were some major things that happened where there was without night vision. Right? No night vision needed. The famous Zorro Z, Eva, the aquamarine Zorro Z, that just took off and zigzagged across the sky right in front. It was just right there. Cinematic, too. It was low and just right there. And it was just, you take out your hands and you hold them up in front of you 3 feet apart, right? You just hold your hands up above your head, palm to palm, and go up to the sky. That's how big the Zorro Z was in the sky.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Huge, miles.
Yeah.
And there was no night vision needed. Now I can't explain what we saw, but it was a aquamarine, and it sputtered too. It like lit up and then went bright, and then went from right to left. Stopped, zigzagged down, and then continued right to left. It was just a perfect backward Z, walk, 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 and it lasted about 2 seconds. And there was probably 250 people standing there on the edge of the cliff, all screamed at the same time too. Just screamed. It was just so
oh my gosh, that'd be so amazing.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then: do you think that the pyramids can be used for positive or negative information? They're just a unit that can just be, like a computer, just plug something in and here's the message? Or do you think that it has to be, I mean, if it was built, if the only being or person, whatever, who has ever claimed to build it is Thoth, then wouldn't it just, could it only be used for good? I mean, wouldn't you think that he is powerful, the being is powerful enough to just not let that ever be used for something that would be contradictory to what its purpose is?
Right. This is what I'm waiting for. And I know this is right out of a Hollywood script or movie. But,
yeah, I feel it, but so is everything.
Yeah, this is right. This is what I'm waiting for. One day, the stars and the moon, the planet, the sun, Jupiter, right? Something's going to happen, and that thing is going to come alive. Right?
Yeah.
And we've been trying to figure it out. It's like a Rubik's Cube, right? We've been trying to figure this thing out. We don't have a clue. And then one day, that thing is going to just fire up, and then we will find out. That's so. And would it be for good? I'm hoping it's for good.
Either way, it'd be really cool.
I know.
Like, hey, there's the answers.
There it is.
Built by slaves and stone, and wheeled carts and the nonsense that we were like taught in schools that I've always just thought how does that make sense to anyone in here? Does everyone agreeing with this right now?
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? Yeah. See, that's the whole audience right now is like, go Eva. So you're absolutely right, and the mystery behind it is part of the fun of it. If we found out the secrets tomorrow, I'd be kind of bummed, in a weird way, because I love the
then there'd be so much more to learn. Then you'd be like, oh my gosh, now what is real in our history, and let's figure it out, and let's teach that, and what can we learn from that, and it'd be such like this whole door would just open that we've never even knew was possible, or we've only dreamt of, or people have only philosophized about. You know how you say you don't know anything?
Right.
Well, now you'd actually know something.
Right. I know. But the bummer part is everybody in this community, all those researchers out there that know it all, that are fighting amongst each other over the pyramid about what it does, then they can't fight anymore. And I don't get to enjoy that.
Well, wouldn't it be better if they all just collaborated together?
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of asking for that. I'm so tired. I know, right?
One day, be positive. It's going to happen.
I know. It's going to light up. That thing's going to light up, and we're going to figure it out. Like Sukalo said on the show last year, it was one of the best quotes ever. He said, when it happens, we're going to find out that we were all wrong. And that's it. That's it. Eva, thank you. First-time caller. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Love your show.
Yeah, love you back. And don't forget to play this for your kids tomorrow. Do me that favor.
I will.
I'll talk. Thank you, Eva.
Mom, you're on the radio? Thanks. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. More of your phone calls are next. And I don't know what happened over here, so let me fix this. And come on. There it is. Got it in time. Fade to Black, Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. 323-825-5045, 323-275-9695, or 818-921-6929. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with me.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously. Go Beckley Tappy. Do you want to be an official FADERNIGHT? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products, available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
right, welcome back. Fade to Black, Thursday night. Fader night. Best night of the week. Phone lines are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. Let's go straight back to the phone. Let's go over to Australia. Mark, Toronto. Mark, welcome, man. How are you?
Jimmy, good, mate.
How are you?
You can hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little distorted, but I got you.
Okay, no worries. Happy birthday, mate.
Happy birthday to me, too. Thank you.
I'm not going to sing it like Les would.
What's that?
I'm not going to sing it like Les would. Happy birthday.
Yeah, right on. So what's going on out there, man?
Just called in to say happy birthday, mate. I was just listening to the call with Eva. I couldn't actually hear a word she was saying.
I had, you know what? Unfortunately, I turned down the crosstalk between those channels. I should have turned it up. Okay. Sometimes I turn them down so if I see noise in the line, then I bring it down. What I mean by that is sometimes callers will be sitting on hold and I can see it and I'll see noise, whether it's wind or maybe they have me turned up in the background. And so that'll interfere with you. And so I turn it down. So that's why you didn't get to hear. Like now.
I just heard things like Jesus in the sky and stuff like that. And the first thing that came to Blue Beam, and the first thing that came to mind was Edgar Mitchell and quantum holograms.
Yes.
So if we know about that, what have they got?
Well, it may. I wonder about that once in a while. If some of the sightings that we have, and I'm talking about even the stuff that are really high up in the atmosphere, what if that is them messing with us? Right? Not UFOs. I'm talking about the Air Force, the Navy. What if they are projecting stuff up there, not only for us UFO, people, but maybe the enemy, right? And they're projecting stuff up there for other pilots to see, or, I don't know. It could be. What about? We
don't know, mate.
Yeah,
we really don't know. There were stories of, if you believe the holograms of 9/11. Well, we don't know. I've heard a story about someone driving through the desert and seeing a Boeing 747, and then it just disappears.
Right.
So who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
That's right. And what about the TR-3B? So you create the mythology behind it, right? Flying black triangles. And you're the Air Force, so you're projecting, or the Navy, and you're projecting TR-3Bs around the world for people to see. And now Russia and China thinks that we have an anti-gravitic black triangle craft in our arsenal. And it's being seen everywhere, right? And maybe they're projecting it for them to see too as well. That's just a thought.
Maybe. But yeah. I reckon we do have them. And obviously ET has something like that.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Too many sightings of it. I saw my own, and I took my picture, and I don't know what it was. Was it us, or I don't know. All I can tell you is I have a picture of a black triangle flying at probably 60,000 feet, way up there, and traveling fast. At that altitude, just blazing, and then it stopped. I just happened to get a picture of it, and it's pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing photograph on film too, not digital. Right, back in the day.
Mate, you know how many times I've heard that story?
Yeah, I know. And see, one night
from you actually, yeah.
One night, this is 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember it specifically. We were having a New Year's Eve dinner over at the house. We had maybe 12, 14 guests over. And somebody brought up the photograph. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll go get it. So I went and grabbed it, and I grabbed a magnifying glass. And I brought it down to the dinner table, and I watched, and you can imagine who was at this dinner party, right? It's all UFO conspiracy people, right, of note. And this picture gets passed around to everybody, and they're all looking at it, and they're all saying the same thing. Holy crap. Whoa. You know, and it's what it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that photo one day.
Yeah, you will. You'll see it one day.
Yep. I know you don't want to post it, but I understand the reason behind it.
Yeah, and you know, the reason it's a very simple one. I'm not being selfish. I'm not worried about it or anything. I know that once I publish it, it's going to get republished, and people out there are going to say that they took the picture. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? It's not that kind of party.
It happens all the time.
It does. Yeah. It happens. I've been a victim of that, where people have sent me pictures, and then I find out that they've been published by somebody else earlier, and somebody's sending them to me as their own. You know, and so I know that that's what goes on. It's really that simple.
Yeah, we've all fallen for it at one stage, Jimmy. You know, we think it's from one source and it's from totally someone else. Exactly. Do you get the race coverage for Bathurst over there at all in the States?
No, we didn't. I got my coverage from you.
Oh, okay.
I did. I followed your post. I did.
Righto, fair enough. No worries.
And
Holden won the race, obviously, and pretty much led all the way.
1, 2, 3, right? Didn't they finish 1, 2, 3?
1 and 2. Ford came third.
Okay.
That's actually the last year that the Ford are actually running that particular model. Next year is going to be a Mustang.
Oh,
so there's going to be a whole new kettle of fish for them to develop.
Well, you know what, Holden? If I was Holden, you know what I would do? I would import those cars into the United States.
I think they tried, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they did.
They
through
tried
Pontiac.
as a Pontiac, and then they tried as Holden, from what you said.
Right. And the Pontiac, which was the G6, I think they called it over here. And I still see them running around once in a while. And it was a good-looking car. Not only that, though, it sounded good. Right? That V8.
Yeah, 6 liter.
Yeah, man. Yep. And it's a good-looking car. And every time I see one, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy one of those. That is just a good-looking car. It's a V8. It's rear-wheel drive. It's a muscle car. And, you know, Pontiac at that time, Pontiac was on its last leg. They went out of business like 2 years later, right? That was it. So it was a bad time to import the car here, but it was just a good looking car. And I still see them out there once in a while. They still look good, timeless.
Okay. Well, there's plenty of Mustangs over here, so.
Well, that's
I think Holden should do it. So Holden are going to develop that Commodore for the next 3 years, and then they're talking about twin turbo V6.
Yeah,
but who knows what model it's going to be in?
Yeah, it's bumming.
All right, Jimmy.
Thank you so much,
taking
Mark.
my call, mate.
Thank you so much, my friend, and be safe over there.
All right, mate. Have a good day.
I'll talk to you, Mark. Mark from Australia. Let's go to area code 601. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. You're live. I hate to do this. Are you there? 3, 2, 1. Bam. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. You're up next. Hi, who's this?
This is Bev.
Hi, Bev. How are you? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I'm getting there, getting better.
Right on, Bev. Good to hear your voice.
Oh, it's good to be here.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting on the mend. I was in the hospital a few months ago.
Yeah, we know. So, but everything, you're doing better?
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's just taking a while.
It's just taking a while? How's Bob?
Well, he's ornery as ever, but I wouldn't have him any other way.
That's it. Don't change. You get to a point. No. You get to that point in life. You are who you is. That's
right. That's right. And if people don't like who I is, then on them.
That's exactly right, Bev.
I'm not going to change for anybody.
Right on. So what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, I just wanted to say happy birthday, and I I seen your post on Facebook. I love the bunker.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I walked in and I just looked and went, man, I work here. Look how cool this place is. You know, it just looked right. I was like, you know what? Everybody's got to see what I'm looking at right now. So I just snapped that picture and I literally posted it as I sat down. And, you know, it just put me in the right mood. You know, it just put me in the right mood. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's my little hang, you know, it's my little happy place.
There you go. If you got it, you know, you spend so much time there, you may as well enjoy it, right?
Yeah, that's part of it. And you want, I mean, all the little, this place is full of knickknacks, right? It's just like knickknack heaven. And look, you can't see, I'm live on camera right now. So if you just go and I just like reach back here, you know, so what's back here? Oh, look, it's Mars Attacks.
Oh.
See, I'm holding that up to the camera.
That was a funny show.
And so, you know, and it's just like these little things around here that, you know, and they're everywhere, right? They're everywhere. I could go anywhere in here. You're only looking at one corner, right? This is just one corner. Well, there's 4 corners. There's 4 walls full of paintings and guitars and cool knickknacks and things, whether it's Egypt or UFOs or conspiracy stuff, and it's just like everywhere, you know. I'm looking under my monitors here, and I'm looking at behind it. There's a front engine 1955 Ferrari, and it's red. It's a model. It's there. Then over here is a bicyclist that Deanna got me couple of months ago, and it's sitting over there. And just, you know, I got a Harley Davidson sitting over there, and I mean, you know, it's just like it's just little pieces of me. I don't know how to explain it. You see the 2 sarcophaguses right there. There's Thoth and King Tut are over there, and of course my big and this thing here, by the way, I don't know if you're looking at but this alien, this 3-foot tall alien, this thing right here, this
well,
is.
I can't get the bunker cam.
Oh, okay. Well, it's solid
metal. For some
metal.
reason, on what the site I'm on, I can't get to it. But on Google, I can. But I go through Bob on Google, so it'd be coming up as him.
Oh, well, you could probably watch it on YouTube as well. But nonetheless, that 3-foot tall alien, this is solid metal. This thing weighs like 100 pounds. It's solid.
Oh, man.
The thing is solid metal. It's crazy. It weighs like 100 pounds. I can't even pick it up. It's that heavy. But that's what this bunker is. You know, it's just me. And I really enjoy hanging out in here.
Well, good. I'm glad you know. Like I said, you know, you spend time there, you may as well like it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I do. Thank you so much, Bev. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and give my best to Bob, will you?
I sure will.
Thank you, Bev. Get better for us. Love you right back, Bev. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And watching Twitter light up, it's Bev. It's Bev. All right, let's go back to the phones. It's 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. Let's go to area code 580. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Oh, hi. I didn't think I'd actually get in. I thought I ended up calling the wrong number or something.
No, you called the right number. You got through. Who's calling?
My name is Nexa. I'm calling from the Huntsville area.
Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
That's the NASA headquarters.
Yeah, Rocket City.
Rocket City. Do you ever go go check out the rockets?
No. We've tried, but it's kind of like $24 to go to the the NASA museum.
But they're right there, and isn't that probably at one point? Did everybody in Huntsville work there at one point?
I don't know, but my roommate says that if you throw a rock, you can hit a rocket scientist.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, I'm sorry, what was your name?
My name is Nexa. It's Marian Nexa, but Nexa is just easier.
Okay, we'll go with Nexa in Huntsville. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, well, I know that you mentioned the Skinwalker, I think it was.
Right. The hunt for Skinwalker.
Yeah, so my roommate and I, we watched it because she knows I'm into that stuff because it's, entertaining and I just like listening to it.
Right.
And it wasn't all that great, to be honest. I was falling asleep through most of it.
And why, what makes you say that? I mean, are you saying because you had high expectations going into it or why would you say that? Yeah.
Well, more than just information, I'm a very visual person. I do a lot of art, and I find that if it's just just information just being thrown at you and not showing you colorful stuff or things to keep you your mind engaged, it's just gonna just make you fall asleep or just flow right through you.
Oh, wait a minute for a second. Is this Nexa that designed our Soltech logo?
Yeah.
How are you? You could have said that.
I don't like to, say anything about that. I'm pretty sure John and Dana are just laughing in the background somewhere.
Thank you for that. The logo is amazing.
I'm glad. It was a lot of fun to do. It was challenging, too, because I ended up learning to use, other than Photoshop, Illustrator.
Well, you're very, very, very talented, and now everybody here is going to say thank you in Twitter, so you're going to have to put up with that. But yeah, you did such a great job, and it looks great. I wear the T-shirts all the time, and just thank you. Okay, so moving on. Let's move on. Let's get back to Skinwalker. I think you're indicating maybe from a visual standpoint too as well. I mean, Jeremy's got a pretty artistic way of shooting things. I haven't seen the film. I've only seen some of the stuff that Jeremy sent to me last year, and then he had posted some stuff online. So I have not seen the film, but I've always enjoyed the way that he approached his cinematic aesthetics. But you're saying it just didn't have it for you.
Yeah, not for me anyway. I mean, it felt like to me it was just this big info dump, and this just flowed right out, one in one ear and out the other, basically. Did you learn, was there anything new for you in the film? Not really.
See, and it sounds like, in hearing from you about this is, and again, this is just my take, but when you walk around with a lot of knowledge, right? I study this stuff, and so do you, and so does this audience. When you go and see a new documentary, you need to learn something and come away with something new and fresh from it. If not, then it's just stuff that you have already seen before, and it's not absorbed. And when that happens, and I'm okay with it because I back up and go, look, I study this stuff. This is probably done for people that know nothing about it, and they need a softball tossed to them so they can not get too shocked, right? Not get so blown away or overwhelmed by the information. Like Stephen Greer's new film that was released last year called Unacknowledged, right? Here it is. It's released by Orchard and Sony, and they have this big premiere in downtown L.A., and Rita and I go, and there's 500 people in the audience, and it's sold out, and this big thing, and red carpet, and all of that stuff. And I sat through the film, and they came up to me, everybody that worked on the film came up to me afterwards and said, so what do you think? I'm like, well, it wasn't made for me. This is like UFO 101. This is done for my mom, right? This is done for somebody that has no idea what a black project is or what a UFO is or Werner von Braun. This is done for a whole nother audience. because anybody that knows anything about UFOs is going to come here and go, well, I knew all of this. So what do you do with that, right? So maybe Skinwalker was done with that mindset. I know that some of the reviews that I read, Nexa, said that there were some certain suggestions or promises that were made in the film at the beginning that stuff was going to be revealed throughout the film and that it never happened, that there was nothing that was exposed and it tended to drag. That's what I read over and over again, and I didn't want that to pollute me, but I had heard this over and over and over again, so I went and read a bunch of the reviews that were certainly suggesting that, but I don't know, and I'm hearing it from you, and I trust your opinion on this. But what about? I heard there was one thing that I did want to definitely look and see, where they went through the different home sites there, and that they looked really creepy and really cool, and the way that Jeremy shot those, because they're all abandoned, right? They're where workers lived on the ranch. What about that? Was that pretty cool?
Yeah, that was cool. That was kind of creepy. I liked how I think Jeremy's the one with the bushy beard, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked how he was all chill and just sitting in there in one of the buildings. I'm just like, if I was there, I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Was there anything? Did you see any demon dogs? Right? Anything with red eyes? Did you see any skinwalkers? Did he have any of that?
No, I was hoping, though. I was really hoping. It would have been exciting, at least like a photo or something. But when you watch it and you find out, you'll realize the reason why they don't appear in photographs and videos.
Yeah. Man.
I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to go watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give my immediate reaction to that live on the air, but yeah, that kind of bums me out. It kind of bums me out. When Greer made Unacknowledged, before the film was released, he had said to me, this was up in San Francisco, and I pulled him aside and I said, look, the stuff that you just showed me here, is this going to be in the film? Because if this is going to be in the film, you're going to knock it out of the park. This is stuff that needs to be seen. And he told me, he said, absolutely, we're going to do that. We've got so much more. And I was like, wow. I go and I watch the film, and none of that was in the film. And I'm like, you missed the mark here. Why make the film if you don't have that one piece of footage in there that blows people away? And so it's the same thing with Skinwalker. If you're going to make the film, have the piece of footage in there that nobody's seen before, that's going to, I don't care if it's 30 seconds long, but have that one thing in there where people can go back and go, you know what? It's in Skinwalker. Check it out. It's in the film right there. But that's just me. That's my reaction to it. If I'm going to make a film, I'm bringing out the good stuff. And that's me.
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand. And, I didn't think about it before until you brought it up that this film was made to introduce to people, not to freak them out, which kind of makes more sense now that it's like,
Sometimes you have to take artistic license with that, where maybe the next film is going to be, a little bit more hardcore. And have that stuff in it. You throw the softball first, which I can understand if that was Jeremy's. I totally get that. I totally get it. I'm not a filmmaker. I don't know how audiences react to stuff like that and how you're trying to gauge your audience. Me, it's like, here on Fade to Black or whatever, that I don't hold back. I don't hold back, and I don't want my guests to hold back. I don't think there's any point in that. There's nothing worse for me when I go to a UFO conference next. I go to a UFO conference and somebody's up there on stage and says, blah, 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 but buy my book. It's in the book. Well, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. We're here right now. We're sitting here. Give it to us now. What do you mean I have to buy the book? Or I have to go, and do something else? You know what? If you're going to do that, just bring it. And that's really, that's my take on all of this. Share the information.
It sounds like, those app games, play as you go, pay as you go.
Right. I know. Nexa, thank you for the phone call, and thank you for everything that you do for us, okay? From everybody here at Modern Masters, Soul Tech, Fade to Black, our entire team, and for me, thank you for everything that you've done for us. I really mean that. Thank you so much.
Well, not at all. Thank you for taking my call, and happy birthday. I'll have something drawn out for you this week.
Is that a promise?
That's a promise.
Thank you, Nexa. Be safe and be well. And come out and hang out with us on Sunday night over on Coast to Coast.
All right, I will.
Thank you so much. Nexa, everybody. Soul Tech, that is her logo. Amazing job. This is Fade to Black, and I'm your host, Jimmy Church. The numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. More of your phone calls are next. It's Thursday night. It's Fader night. Open lines all night long. I'll be right back.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy Jimmy Church on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously, go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hi folks, CBD is the home run hitter for health right now. Why, you ask? Because of what it does for the body. Unfortunately, I can't tell you all about the benefit. There's reasons. Do your due diligence and log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Ancient Life Oil uses organic ingredients and is blended in coconut oil for some of the best benefits. Legal in 50 states and non-psychoactive. Log on to AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and my family is safe because of Numana Emergency Food Storage. Just go to the Numana banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Promo code Jimmy10.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app. Free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fader Night. It's our last segment. Open lines all night long. 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. Let's go back to the phones. Area code 415. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Is this Nellie?
Hi, Nellie. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad I made it through.
Yes, you did. Are you up in San Francisco?
Well, that is the area code on my phone, but I'm actually in Whitehall, California, which is closer to Tahoe.
Oh, closer to Tahoe. I got you. And you just never changed the phone number.
Well, yeah, I work in San Francisco sometimes. I'm a stagehand, and I travel back and forth.
Yeah, right
on. I'm a cook too. I work at the Roadhouse here on Highway 50, and I'm just such a big fan, and I'm so glad I made it through. And you wanted some stories people may have had.
Always want stories. And now, Nellie, you know you're famous, right? People are going to go to the Roadhouse. Where's Nellie? Heard you on
Sweet
Fade to
Nellie
Black.
too. I'm on Stellar as Sweet Nellie.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, give me a story. What do you got?
Well, when I was really young, I think I was about 5 years old, with my parents down, where Waterman Canyon is?
Waterman, down here, Mount Waterman, the canyon?
Yeah.
Of course. I've been there. Yeah, absolutely. Right on the edge of the Mojave Desert.
Right.
Yes.
And I lived there as a kid, and my parents and I were driving home up. It was a new highway at the time. Now it's probably old, but it was like a freeway, and we pulled off because we saw this huge orb in the sky. And I remember as a little kid looking up the road and seeing like everybody had pulled off the side of the road, and everybody's pointing and looking at it.
And what year?
It was just a giant orb.
Oh, what year was this?
Let's see. I would give my age away much, but I don't have to say it was probably about 67.
67. So we're the same age. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 67. But when you're 5 years old, you remember, right? You're old enough at that point to not only remember, but you can understand that other people are freaking out, and
yes.
and you can certainly remember that. Okay, so what happened next?
Well, I basically remember feeling kind of like it was a really weird experience, and I could tell everybody else was feeling very anxious. Looking through, my parents were standing kind of in front of me, and I remember peeking around them, and I could see just a big orb. And actually, I don't remember much after that except seeing everybody else looking at it. And then it I don't have any memory after that.
When you say...
Except that we're in the car driving home,
And when you say orb, describe that to us. What do you mean?
It was larger than the moon or the sun ever would be, and it certainly would never be either one of those objects in the sky. It was so odd and foreign looking.
Holy.
And it was larger than the moon looked in the sky and seemed to have a not silvery, but reflective, but seemed to be shiny.
Holy crap.
And then it kind of like went away really fast and got really small. Like it just seemed to get small quickly. Maybe it went away. I don't know.
That's an incredible sighting. Now, did you ever discuss this with your parents later?
Yes.
And what did they say?
Yeah, definitely. My mother has way more memories of it when she talks about it, but I don't know. She's not here, and it's been a long time. So that's basically, my best version of that experience. I've done drawings.
That's an incredible sighting.
I'm trying to do drawings of it.
That's an incredible sight. Well, there are a bunch of circles. I can do that. But let me ask you this though, Nellie. How many other people were there?
Well, there's pullouts on this highway where there's a wide spot to pull out.
Right.
And where we had pulled out, there was us and another car or two on our pullout. Also seemed to be mesmerized staring at this orb in the sky. And when I looked up the road, because I was like, wow, what's going on? And I looked up the road, and all the other turnouts had at least, any car that could fit in the turnout was in the turnout. They were full of cars and people standing, like staring and pointing, like everybody was pointing at it.
Wow. 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 I'm so cool. Jealous. That is, wow. And so it's
something you would never forget.
Now, what about, have you tried to do an internet search on that?
I have, and I can't really find anybody else who ever talks about that. And I, really have never found anything about that. I've looked at a lot of stories.
Right.
And I've never heard anybody else tell a story about that specific time or location. Although I think that area of the mountains it's like the direction of the desert is on the other side of those mountains.
That's right. The Mojave Desert.
So maybe a lot of activity goes on there. I don't know.
The freeway that I would think that it would be, it's called the Angeles Crest Highway. And that's the highway that you take to get to Mount Waterman. I've driven to Mount Waterman a few times, and it's, the Angeles Crest Highway. I don't know what the number of that is, but I think that's the freeway that you're talking about. I don't know of anything else that's cutting through the mountains there except for that. This is a heavy mountain area. I want the audience to understand there's mountains everywhere. And I think I just lost Nellie. I cannot believe it. That computer just crashed. Right now, it just went blue screen with that phone bank on it. Oh, Nellie. If you're listening right now, Nellie, that's what just happened. And that, I can't believe it. It just went blue screen for no reason. Boom, done. And I lost all of those phone calls. You got to love live radio. I don't freak out anymore. You can just see, did you see it just go black? It's now rebooting. Well, that's what happens on live radio. So with that, Nellie, I apologize. But that freeway is the Angeles Crest highway that cuts through there. It goes from the valley over here, like the Pasadena area, and goes all the way through to Mount Waterman on the other side, which is the desert, the Mojave Desert, where Mount Waterman sits. I've hiked to the top of Mount Waterman up there, too, as well. Let's go to area code 660. You're up next on Fade to Black.
Hey, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Who's this?
This is Nick from Central Missouri.
How are you, man? Everything good?
Doing good, man. I always want to talk to you. Been a big fan.
Oh, right on. Central Missouri.
Yep. Close to Jeff City, the capital.
Yep. Right on. Right on.
So I've had a couple different sightings. If you'd like to,
I would love to hear it.
give your 2 cents on.
Yeah,
Would you rather hear shadow person or UFO?
You know what? It seems to be a UFO night. Let's go UFO.
Right on. Well, there's a couple different ones. One, as I was leaving work one night around a little after 9, so it was summer, so it wasn't completely dark yet. And my friend calls me and is like, "Hey, can you see the sky where you're at?" I'm like, "Not really. There's a bunch of trees around." He's like, "Drive to the edge of town." So I do, and I look up, and giant black triangle.
Really? In Missouri?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's worth noting we're about an hour and a half from Whiteman Air Force Base.
That's right, which is huge.
Mm-hmm. And we get a lot of military air traffic overhead.
So there has been a lot of black triangles over Missouri, a lot of association with Whiteman Air Force Base because that is a huge, huge facility for the United States Air Force. There's no question about it. Would they have secret testing out there? Could be. Missouri is not the most populated state. It's not the most unpopulated, but there are areas in Missouri where there is nobody, for sure, right?
Right.
No question
Well, I do live in a small town of about 3,000 people.
Right.
We're right on Highway 50, US 50, runs straight through town. But also in the area, we have a buttload of decommissioned missile silos.
That's right.
And I don't know if this is, speculation point, but after I saw the triangle, I was curious about the correlation to missile sites and stuff with UFOs, and found a map of where all the silos were in the area. And if you basically drew a trajectory line, like plotted a route through the central mass of all the silo sites on the map,
right,
that was basically the path the triangle was going.
How low was it?
I have no way of telling because I don't have a frame of reference on how big it was.
But your friend saw.
If I held my hands up, like thumb to thumb, and spread my fingers as far apart, that's about how big it was in the sky.
Oh man, really?
And it floated silently, no lights or anything. And I was just dumbfounded. It never even occurred to me to get out my phone and take a picture.
Of course.
Until like hours later.
Right.
But I watched it, and as it went overhead, and it took like maybe a minute for it to pass out of view. But like as it went farther away, it like just got slimmer and slimmer until it like vanished into a line, if that makes sense.
Incredible. And what did your friend? Did you guys talk after that?
Not really, and I'm not really friends with him anymore, but I'm still good friends with his girlfriend at the time. I was actually more friends with her than him, but anyway. She said, because I mentioned it to her a while back, and she's like, "You never mentioned that to me." I'm like, "Really?" Because that blew my mind. Like, when we didn't really talk about it much, except for like, after I saw it, I went back over to his place, and we just kind of stood outside and looked at the sky, and was like, "Yep, so that happened."
Oh man!
This was like probably 5 years ago, and I didn't have the background knowledge on this field that I do now. That I started researching it a lot more.
Right.
But
now let's get back to this black triangle. Were there any lights on it?
I don't think so. I think it was solid, just black, just straight black all over.
Oh, I don't think.
Part of me wants to think there may have been like a dark red circular light at each tip, but I've seen enough pictures online that may have polluted that memory.
Was this during the day or was it at night?
It was like right after sunset. So like the sky on the west was where it was pointed was still a little bit light and then faded to starry in the east.
Don't say faded to black. Don't.
Sorry. It faded the starry.
Right. The fact that it wasn't nighttime yet, and were you able to see edges? Did you see anything, or was it just black?
Just black. No lines, no insignias, no obvious propulsion system, just straight black. It was like, not like I can't remember the names of triangles. It's like long, a long point with a narrow base.
Let me ask you, before I let you go, one last quick question.
Sure.
Now that you've researched, right, you've looked into this, us or them?
Good question. I would say us, because it has a more definitive shape to it and like direction, seemingly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas theirs, I think, would be more formless or spherical.
Are you okay with our Air Force having this kind of technology and not disclosing it?
Yes and no. I'm was big into To the Stars like a year ago, and now I'm like kind of on the fence with some of the recent stuff that's come out. But I love the books. I thought the information in the books was fantastic. I read both of them. So I'm wanting to say yes, that I'm okay with them having this technology, because I would assume that they know the good reason why they hit it initially. And that reason may have changed in the last 70 years, but...
Sure. Yeah, I get it, Nick. Thank you for the phone call, my friend. That is...
hey, thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, first-time caller, too, and you know how much I really appreciate everybody that has, you know, the courage to come forward and share their stories for the first time on a program like this. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and happy birthday, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, and don't be a stranger, okay?
Right on. Thanks, man.
I'll talk to you. That's a great sighting. Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, black triangles. Man, oh, you got to love it, too. Let's go to area code 951. You're up next on Fade to Black. You're live. 3.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to talk to you.
Absolutely. What's your name?
My name is Alper. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey.
You're calling
I live in California.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were calling from Turkey. But you live here in California. Welcome to the program. What's on your mind, Ata?
Thank you so much. And I've been following you and the relevant radio stations since 15 years all the way from Istanbul. And I'm drawn to you and your programs badly. And what I'd like to share with you is my early teenager and early, like 9 years old period of me being interacting with genies.
Oh,
and,
really? Okay. Okay.
We call them in our culture jinns, and every one of us has information about it embedded in their understanding. We never talk about it, but everyone would know that they exist, and they are within our society one way or another. My interaction occurred through my mother's beliefs and understandings, and it was sort of I would say an effect of my mother's interactions. But I have encountered many occasions, and I have drawn to understanding this realm and beyond that, beginning from my very early ages. And I have never seen them. My mother's told me many times her stories. She has seen them, but I have encountered very specific interactions with them. They are real. I always carry what you call is like a talisman, and it's like a written and folded thing that you always carry with yourself, so that it creates some kind of a field which you are safe of them.
Well, let me ask you, Atta, we're at the end of the program, and I don't want to cut you off, okay? So let me, really quick, so to protect you from the genies, what are the genies, because in our culture, genies grant wishes, right? They pop out of bottles and
kind of.
Yeah. For you, what is a genie?
They're a society. They're living in a realm, and they consist of beings where they're like us. They have different behaviors. They have good personality, bad personality, and they're exactly like us. As they call their tricksters, there are trickster ones that they like to interact with human beings. And there are really nice ones, who I encountered with, that very kind and helpful in terms of not talking, but really kind and knowing their place and telling you things where you wish to hear. So consists of like us, as I said, different beings, and then they wish to connect you, they wish to contact with you, which they would love to do it if they wish to love you, if I say. Well, so many things happen through them, and they knock my door many times, and they ask permissions to enter. This is the only key. It's a symbolic thing, which knocking the door, but that means they'd like to enter your world and wanting to experience and understand at that point, to ask their intentions. If they are bad, having something, if they like to be a trickster, they can be trickster. But as humans, we have a power of saying no. And as we say no to any kind of beings, and it penetrates them, it puts them away, that's a really good, like an abracadabra kind of attitude.
Right.
But we do have that. And then I have experienced, I'm kind of overwhelmed. All the way from Istanbul, I've been listening to your programs, and I've been wishing to be a guest to your programs, and I have other information to share with you, with your permission, of course.
Sure.
I don't want to look like a weirdo here, but with my English accent, it's all right.
All right. Well, listen, we're at the end of the... Well, hold on. Atta. We're at the end of the show. I've got to roll credits. We're going to be off of the network here in like 30 seconds. But are you saying, and you have to answer very quickly, are you saying that everybody in Turkey, right, from the time that you're born, everybody in Turkey, everybody understands genies? It's purely part of the culture. Religions put aside. Right.
Sure, and it extends towards the east side of the of that part of the world. It's part of our culture and living. There are no borders.
Atta, send me an email. Okay, shoot me an email. You know what to do. You can write Rita, and I would like to talk to you further. And certainly, we can do something again next week on Fader Night too, as well. Thank you so much.
I'm so excited.
It was a great phone call, Atta. Don't be a stranger, okay? Shoot me an email.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. That's a great phone call right there, and that's a great way to wrap Fade to Black. Fader Night, Thursday night. Absolutely perfect show tonight. Back-to-back phone calls. Everybody that was on hold, I didn't get through. It's just the way it is. It's another Thursday night here on Fade to Black. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Camarion. Show is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Bob. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. Thank you to everybody that called in and tweeted tonight. What a great show. What a great week. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2018 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This Sunday, I'm over at Coast to Coast AM. Come and hang out with us. Until then, everybody be safe. Go Beckley Teppy.